And it seems like we're just going through the motions at this stage in the Premier League as it finishes. Fulham 2, Tottenham 0. Just an absolute bore fest. Just typical Tottenham at this stage, isn't it? Like, forget the Premier League. Waste of absolute time. Just don't watch it. Don't bother turning up to the home games. Don't bother going to the away games. Don't tune in on the radio or the TV or whatever, because it's rubbish. We're not worrying about the Premier League anymore. It's all about the Europa League. All the eggs are in that basket. There's literally no point whatsoever. It's just got to be about the Europa League now, hasn't it? Like, we got through against AZ Alkmaar on Thursday, and you just knew in this game when we make 6 changes, you know, loads of new players come in, some players rested, some players being monitored because of their injuries. You sort of saw the script, and we lasted well in it, didn't we? It looked like it could have gone to a draw, but again, silly mistakes, and it ends 2-0, and it's just poor again. 2 chances, and Ange Postecoglou just showing in the long term that it probably won't work out at Tottenham. I can still see him being sacked in the summer after, and probably when we actually get kicked out of the Europa League, because I can see Frankfurt carving us open. And that's just how it is at the moment, which is a damn shame. But before we go any further, if you are new to the Sunny Talk Spurs YouTube channel, then get down below. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that was a fair result? Should it have ended in a draw? Because the stats show that it could have been a draw, but it obviously ended 2-0. Let me know all your thoughts. Leave a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. And as I say in most of my videos recently, over 80% of you watching this right now are not subscribed. So you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button and also the bell, because the bell is the key part as well. Nice little run there. But going to the game then and looking at the stats, and it's just poor. 13 shots for Fulham, 4 on target, 57% possession. Not many teams out-possession us. And then Tottenham, 12, 4, and 43% possession. So, pretty bog standard and Postecoglou display at the moment. Just not offering a lot. I think in the first half, we had one big chance. And in the second half, we doubled that. And got more out of it and looked like we were in the ascendancy, and we missed that really key opportunity where Matthias Tell has a shot, Leno saves it, and then it ends up at the feet of Maddison, who then plays in Solanke, and Solanke can't get the shot away. Well, he does, and it goes over, but Fulham just looked comfortable, didn't they? They are a really well-worked team under Marco Silva. Many Tottenham fans and others suggesting that Marco Silva could potentially become a future Spurs manager. I'm not sure if he could take the step up. I mean, looking at today, he probably could, because we are absolutely pants. But Ange Postecoglou rung the changes, didn't he? Was a much different Spurs side than we saw on Thursday, and you could sort of understand this. It did make a lot of sense, but it's just poor, isn't it? There's not really a lot to talk about. It probably was going to be a 0-0. It looked like it had a 0-0 written all over it. But again, when you're changing and chopping all the team all the time, this is what's going to happen. And don't get me wrong, I think it made sense to make changes, because I'm saying we should focus on the Europa League over this. But I'm thinking momentum. I'm thinking, are the players going to be really up for the European ties if we're losing games in the Premier League and struggling? I'm not so sure. And, Romero was playing, and he was playing quite well. You take him off, no different to AZ Alkmaar. We took Van der Ven off and the defence went a bit wobbly. Archie Gray and Ben Davies at the back, we don't want to see that too much anymore. I thought Gray was better in midfield, but it's just a weird cohesion. We've got no creativity really at the moment without Dejan Kulusevski. There's a lot of issues still there, and a lot of the players who have been injured, like Dominic Solanke, they're still not match fit. They're still struggling a lot, so that is a massive issue as well. And the goals, 2 massive mistakes again. Wilson Odobert, some will say he lost possession, but he didn't have many options around him, did he? So gives it away, and the ball ends up in the area. Well worked, not really good defending from us again, and Rodrigo Muniz puts it away. Really, really poor. And then the second goal, I'm not sure what Jed Spence has been doing the last couple of weeks. Has been really poor defensively. Back post last week for Bournemouth, and then did not see Ryan Sessegnon. Ryan Sessegnon, any chance of doing that when you were us? I mean, just a thought, but he absolutely roasts Ben Davies as well and pings it past Vicario. I just think we could have been out there until the late hours of Monday morning and it would have ended, Tottenham would not have scored a goal. It was just really, really poor, just really frustrating to see. But it does make you think with Ange Postecoglou and his future at the club, like, has this season been... I mean, it hasn't been good enough, but has he warranted enough to stay in the job? I see a lot of people saying, like, we've got to give him a chance, give him more money, give him more backing. But has he done well? Yeah, he got to a Carabao Cup semi-final, but we bowed out in embarrassment fashion. We got to the FA Cup and then, lost to Villa in embarrassing fashion. Then we got, the Europa League. We could have, it was a struggle. It has been a struggle. And we see ourselves solo down in the Premier League table. I think Daniel Levy is going to sack him. I can really see that happening. It has just been poor. It's been poor and I can't see it getting any better. He's got a full strength side, nearly back. He made early changes in this game and we did not look like breaking Fulham down. We've struggled against Fulhams and Bournemouths and Brentfords, all these up mid-table teams we always seem to struggle against. And that's where, a team like us has to pick a majority of our points up because we do struggle sometimes against the top sides. So it is really, really poor. It's poor and it worries me. I know I've said in the intro there that it's all about the Europa League, but can we afford to keep slipping up? I'm not so sure if that's a viable option, and especially going into the summer. I just think, and I just want to clarify this point, and I want to ask you guys, this is a really important question. What do you make of Ange Postecoglou? Like, where are you lying with Ange Postecoglou? What does he have to do in the Europa League to save his job? Is it win it, or is it, get at least to the semis? Because at the moment, in the quarterfinals against Eintracht Frankfurt, it's going to be the biggest game, the biggest Spurs game in many, many years. It's looking really tricky. How does Ange Postecoglou save his job? Because at the moment in the Premier League, you could say he's out. He's run out of lives. But Daniel Levy has sacked managers for less and he's keeping him on. So will he go in the summer? Will he be sacked in the summer, whatever happens? Does he have to lift that trophy, the Europa League trophy, to get anywhere? Because I think at the moment he's struggling. He's not got many excuses left, especially because his team's coming back. A lot of the injured players are coming back. It's a real big worry for him, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to turn the tide. And when you've got managers in the wings like a Thomas Frank, a Marco Silva, or Andoni Iraola, I can see Levy going full in for these. So yeah, you have to let me know because I'm really perplexed at the moment in regard to this one. But yeah, that's what I made of the game. Proper poor. And going into the international break, I think this happened last time with Fulham. I think we lost 3-0, didn't we? Muniz had a stellar time. I luckily missed that game because I was watching Neo at the O2, but we were heading into an international break. So thank God there's an international break, but stay tuned on the Sunday Talk Spurs YouTube channel. We have a lot in store in regard to talking about different transfers and all sorts, so subscribe to see that. I'm also on the next episode of Inside Spurs. It will be alongside Holly's Hotspurs and Majestic on TalkSport, so stay tuned for that on the TalkSport YouTube channel. But yeah, leave your likes, leave your comments, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until next time, see you guys later. Ciao.